Hello everyone, it's Sparks here and welcome back to Celeste. You may notice, what are we doing in the middle of a B-side? Why am I showing this clip in particular? And why is this towards the end of the stage and nowhere else? Well, this isn't because I didn't lose footage. I have all the footage. As you can see, I am absolutely frustrated about Celeste. As you can see, I started using assist mode. So that's okay, honestly. But even with the game's speed down, so there is this jump. That jump, I can never do it, no matter what, at normal speed. And this section right here that we're coming up on, I could not do. I tried for hours, and hours, and hours, and I just couldn't do it. So this is going to be a little bit different from any of the other post-commentary videos I've been doing. I was so proud to have made it past the B-side. I don't know why I'm showing this. Oh yes, because I thought this was the finale of the B-sides. So I'm showing all the deaths for all the B-sides that we did. And as you can see, every single one, we always increased in death. Except for the Mirror Tumble, because that one was super easy as a B-side. Reflection, 1,000, we doubled our deaths. And I have 9 deaths because I tested it out. So this B-side has a new tech where you have to essentially do a dash and then jump off the wall. And that kind of tech just isn't possible for me. Like, as you can see, I did it at 50 times speed and I still could not do it. So this is why I'm trying to say is that maybe one day I'll revisit Celeste. But for now, this game just does not click with me. I try to make the B-sides less painful by doing post-commentary videos for them. I spend hours beating B-sides, which is normal for an average player. But the thing is the way my brain works. It does not click with the little dash thing you have to do, where you have to dash next to a wall and then jump off of it, maintaining momentum. Most of the time, I did within 100 attempts of trying, I executed it once. Within 100 attempts of trying at 50 times speed, I executed it only 10 times. So the issue is this: if I can't execute it once, there's no way I was going to get past that section when I could only execute it twice in a row. And that is the problem. The whole problem with that section, and I'm concerned that later in the game other B-sides are going to have that. I bet Farewell will eventually have that tech too, and I just can't do that tech. There's just something about it that just does not click in my brain, and honestly the game was no longer fun. It was starting to get frustrating, and since it was starting to get frustrating, I just had to stop playing, because for the sake of my sanity. Also, I wanted to play other games. As we all know, that after I finish Celeste, I'm playing Tunic, and I am very much looking forward to that game, because my best friend said that that is one of his favorite games to play blindly, because it's filled with mystery and aha moments, and that is the kind of game that I want to play on this channel. Now, in terms of challenging games, I like challenging games. I like games like Celeste. But Chapter 7 B-side just pushed me to my limit. And it's not like I got frustrated or anything. Games don't make me rage. I will quietly continue doing the same thing over and over again until I do it. And then eventually I hit a breaking point. And it's not rage. The breaking point is this. I'm simply gonna hit a point where I'm like, why am I doing this? It reminds me of when I used to play Geometry Dash. I used to just grind and grind and grind, hoping to beat a demon, but I'm just not capable of concentrating for that long in order to beat a demon. And that's the problem. So yeah, Celeste is an amazing game. Honestly, since normally what I do when I beat games, I give a quick review. Celeste is definitely a 10 out of 10 game. If you want to play the game casually and just beat chapters 1 through 7, this game is incredible. Once you get to the B-sides, this game becomes frustrating. And not in a way that makes you want to rage quit, at least personally me. It's in the way that makes me so determined to beat it that when I can't, I just feel disappointed in everything that I do. So because of that, that is why I have ended this series for now. I might revisit Celeste someday. Maybe when I'm older. Maybe I'll have better coordination. I don't know. I am still young. I remember I used to not be able to navigate in games in a 3D way pretty easily at all, which is very important. I used to get lost in all 3D games, and it was all because I had not fully developed the ability to perceive and remember a 3D space like that. And I still do have issues with that. I get lost all the time in games when it's pretty obvious on where to go and everything. Or if I had been somewhere, I won't recognize it. That is just how I am. When it comes with Celeste, it requires too many inputs that have to be executed perfectly. And it's not pixel perfect. It's never been pixel perfect. It's always been, you have to do it right the first time. There's no room for error, which makes sense. This is a B-side. This is supposed to be optional, and that's what my point is. The post game that I'm trying to beat is optional. We beat Celeste. Technically, the playthrough is done. That is why I'm ending the playthrough on Chapter 7 B-side. And because I did not beat it, I couldn't. I tried assist mode. I tried slowing down the game. And nothing worked. So honestly, all I have to say about it is this. The B-side for Chapter 7B is way too difficult. The tech, I cannot do. I don't want to sound like I'm just repeating the same thing over and over again, but that is the main reason why I'm stopping this game. Now, for other challenging games, I do want to play other challenging games, but I need a break. So I don't know if Tunic is a hard game or not. If it's challenging, it's okay. I don't know. I think it's mostly trying to solve what to do in that game. So I look forward to playing Tunic. Anyways, that is enough ranting here. This B-side is pretty fun, honestly, until you get to the very top, where you have to do that tech that I am just not capable of doing. Anyways, I'm gonna let you enjoy the raw footage that I have, the rest of it is Celeste, and that is gonna be the finale. Maybe I'll revisit, try to beat Farewell one day, but right now, I just can't. I can't continue with this game. There's just something about trying something over and over again and then not succeeding after hours of trying. And it's such a simple mechanic and you just can't execute it well enough that there's no point of trying anymore. Anyways, this is definitely a 10 out of 10 game. I loved it. I loved the main story. I even loved the B-sides until it started introducing tech I just couldn't do. So, I really do like Celeste. I am definitely a casual player. I am not an expert, and I don't think I could ever be. Even with hundreds of hours in this game, which I have not spent yet. Hundreds of hours, I don't think I could ever reach a skill level. Just because the way my coordination works is that I will remember inputs and execute them well, like 25% of the time. Which is funny and entertaining for commentary and stuff, but for playing Celeste, it's just not viable. It makes sections that should take hours for first players to beat to take at least even long. It would take sections that take 20 minutes to beat take hours for a casual player. I mean, for a normal player to beat a section that takes 20 minutes, it takes me almost double or triple the length of time. And since so many people have played Celeste, and I'm sure many people have actually reached the true ending at the end of Farewell, I believe that there is no need for me to actually finish the game by using assist mode. I was thinking about just going in assist mode, giving myself infinite dashes, and all that stuff. But yeah. This is just beyond my limits. Chapter 7 B-side is beyond my limits. and that's why I stopped playing Celeste. I hope everyone understands, and I look forward to the Tunic playthrough. I'm just gonna let you enjoy the raw footage I have now. Goodbye.